part of the elite and sideways. Boys in the days, I've been drinking vodka for about 3 hours straight. Writing for this tape up, working hella late, so you can hear the difference in the music that I make. Now listen to the difference. Now listen to the difference. Now listen to the difference. Hey, I've been working all night so you can listen to the difference. Yeah, I'll never say that I'm harder than most. Like I ain't afraid to die and becoming a ghost.
We are live, folks. Welcome back to Listen Difference podcast. This podcast, disclaimer alert, this podcast is not for the wicked. We don't pray for us because we might say some stuff we ain't supposed to say. And don't take it to heart because it's not true. It's all, what's the word, priority? You know, I don't know. But anyhow.
The shits and giggles is pretty much what he's trying to say, man. Shits and giggles. This is just our personal opinion and our thoughts on certain topics.
Yeah. All is allegedly talk. Now,
this is a propaganda podcast is what we should call it. This is all propaganda, baby.
I like that. Propaganda. And that's what you get when you listen to the difference. See what I did there? All right. It's a little self plug. But that being said, man, back again, another episode. I believe this is episode number 32, if I'm not mistaken. Off the top of the head, don't remember, but we've been putting out a lot of content. So per usual, man, thank you for everybody, all the listeners, subscribers. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. We on Facebook. Listen to the Difference podcast.
We on Rumble. And the new one, we on Thread. We are on Thread, people.
Yes. Follow us on Thread also. And then for the audio, we on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all the good stuff. So once again, man, appreciate all the love, support we got up to this point, man. Trust me, it doesn't not go unnoticed. That being said, man, this episode, man, this we'll be getting into on this joint. You know, it's that time of the year. It's getting close to that time of the year. We got football on the way. Everybody, I'm pretty sure out there is getting ready to set up their draft days. Some folks is probably already doing mock drafts, trying to see how they could maneuver, do things. Through whatever position they in, you know what I mean? So that's what we're gonna get into. We're gonna talk about fantasy football. We're gonna talk about how these running backs is having issues on getting paid after putting their bodies on the line and dealing with all the beating and the bruising that comes with the position. We all know that's a short shelf life. So I ain't mad at them for trying to get their money. So matter of fact, let's just go ahead and jump into that, man. What's your thoughts on these folks holding back all this money and not trying to pay these running backs?
I say the way it's going, you should get paid the way they got it. The rookie contract should be the biggest rookie contract out of all positions for a running back because they about to give you the best, best top performance, all that. Pay them in the beginning, man. Give them the $1 million contract in the beginning because they're going to produce. Quarterbacks take too long, 1, 2, 3 years, get developed. Receiver hit and miss, depending on the quarterback, but they're running back, bro. They first year, bro. When you're drafting, most people draft a rookie running back. Unless you like CMC or Henry or something like that, the rookie running backs be going. For instance, Breece Hall from the Jets took off before the injury. The rookie running backs need to get paid top dollar.
Yeah. But you got to think they also coming out. They coming out in the draft as rookies, so they haven't proved themselves. They going off obviously films and takes on what they said, what they've done in college or whatnot. So I'm gonna play devil's advocate, and I'm gonna say as an owner, I get why. I'm gonna play double agent because I'm gonna speak on because I do want the running backs to get paid. But as an owner, I get like you want me to cash out for this dude, but he ain't shown me nothing. Like why should I give you this big ass bag out the bank? Off top, and you ain't carried a ball in the NFL yet. You know what I mean? So what's your thoughts on that?
For me, the NFLPA got to do a better job of what's going on, because I remember when we were younger and we was first coming up, the rookie contracts that they would sign would be crazy amounts of money for
Ooh.
the quarterbacks. Anybody in the first round was getting a big
Yeah,
bag.
big bag.
So then they went back, because the veterans was upset. I've been working hard, I've been doing everything, and now I'm not getting my just due because you signed some rookie to whatever amount of millions of dollar contract. He eating up so
Right.
much of the salary cap that I can't even get my money. So then you got to think about it at that point. They have to sit down at the table and get rid of the tag. You should be able to tag somebody, for a fifth year, especially if you know the lifetime of a running back is going to be short. Maybe when they come into college, they don't have to sign a 4-year deal. Maybe you get them on a 2-year contract for running backs since they're so disposable, and then you could decide if you want to pay them or let them go hit free agency. Uh, I think it's gonna have to be more on the backside of their players union to try to go in there and really find out how they could work those deals to make the money for the running backs. Because right now we're seeing their timelines about 5 years, and the team can just have them trapped in that contract for the whole 5 years. There's no way to make no money, so they need to shorten that rookie deal so then they're able to at least grab a bag maybe 2 years after they first get into the league if they've been really showing out like that.
Or to have outrageous incentives like 100, them yards, catches, make them big millions of dollars of them incentives. You gonna earn your money. You really got to earn your money. No guarantee. We gonna test you out on this minimum. If you say you that raw, we gonna pay you once you get that raw.
The
I
problem
hear
is
you.
though,
Oh, go
the
ahead.
problem with the teams. My bad, Chris, for cutting you off.
No, no,
The
you good.
problem
You
with
good.
that is teams can and coaches and everybody else. That big bag coming, they might have to bench your ass because they ain't gonna try to pay that bonus. So
That part.
that's where it gets into a tricky play. That's why they have
Yeah.
to have something that's set in stone where it's not an incentive base. If I'm a cheap motherfucker and you about to break 1,000 yards, I gotta cash you out 500,000 more. I'm about to be like, bro, bench his ass, put in other dude. We need to get looks
Yep.
at him. It's the end of the season.
Yep. That's
Yeah, I
exactly
seen
it. And
that.
that's
I
exactly
seen,
my point. That's what I was going to say.
yeah, I seen that shit even on all positions. Shannon Sharp said that shit about him. He said he needed like 160 for the get his record for the season about pay. He said he had 150 in the first half. Second half, he said the motherfucker didn't throw him the ball not one time.
Not one time. And I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, ain't that, and correct me if I'm wrong, because anybody that knows me know I do not like to speak out of ignorance. But isn't that what happened with AB? Isn't that what was the one of
I
the
think it
things
was
that,
the opposite. I think that season when we ended up winning the Super Bowl, Tom, like luckily he had Tom Brady or somebody who's on the team who has more power than a lot of execs and a
right,
lot of coaching staff. You feel me?
right,
So he's
right,
like, nah, we about to force feed you. We gonna make sure you get these bonuses. You know what I mean? That's a good team leader. But a
right.
team leader can only do so much when it comes down to certain things, and how many QBs are actually gonna have that much power to flex that Tom Brady has to say, nah, we finna make sure you get paid today. But then that's also the chemistry, the team building of people wanting to come back and play with you
Yeah,
are willing to take less money because they know they're gonna get it back on the
on
back
the
end with
back end.
incentives.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, you've made some good points, especially with the opening breakdown with how the PA needs to get it together. Um, I'm actually not mad at the whole shorten the contract for the running backs for that very reason that you said. We all know that's one of the shortest shelf lives of all positions in the NFL. I mean, in football in general, shit.
Yeah, I mean, it
Um,
might be come down to the agents to be like, no, we only do 2-year deals like this. You know what I mean? We only
yeah,
do so much. They got to start playing the cards that they got and not just signing any bullshit deal. Like if you feel like you value something, you got to really hold your value, and that goes for anybody in the world or any job. If you're getting
yeah,
fucked
for
over and
sure.
that raise is going over you, and somebody else getting promoted, you feel me? Know your value, and if you got to take your talents elsewhere, you have to do that.
Yeah, that's a facts, and that's why I'm not mad at Saquon. I'm not mad at Josh Jacobs if they talking about holding out, sit out. Hey,
They
like
just
you
had
said,
a Zoom meeting yesterday or a couple of days ago.
okay.
Austin Eckler and all of them running backs had a Zoom meeting about this shit.
Yo, yeah. Oh no, no. These running backs is they standing together for sure. I've seen Derrick Henry say something about it. I saw Najee Harris
D
say
Mac,
something about it. C-Mac, they all says are like these backs is standing with each other. They united for sure, as they should.
Right, because they the only ones that's gonna fill up that dinner plate. Ain't nobody else gonna put food on there unless they demand it.
Yeah, facts, facts, and these other backs that fortunately got paid or whatnot. Kudos to them, but it's also sucks because a lot of these backs who got paid, once they got paid, you start seeing their productivity started tanking. So now you got these owners looking at these new running backs who's coming up and they coming off great seasons. Um, like Josh Jacobs, like Sanquan, who's coming off that injury and
Well,
came
he
back and
struggled off
balled
that
this year.
motherfucker.
And still
Saquon.
Saquon, I fucked his name up royally, didn't I? Damn it, I normally know it. But yeah, like, you know what I mean?
No.
so I hope, I wholeheartedly hope that these organizations pay these people. Because
It just goes back to what I was saying. You just said about the contracts and the history. After 5 years, or when a running back at age 27, they decline. But when you start, so that's the history shows proof y'all decline.
But that's recent history though.
That's what I'm saying. Recent history, they decline. Also, recent history is rookies when they get in the league, they hit. In my knowledge, the past maybe 6 seasons, only rookie year that had a bust to me was Melvin Gordon. Everybody else, rookies hit.
Melvin Gordon was nice enough.
His rookie year was bad. I drafted him. I know.
I mean, there's hella people. You just had CMC, or not CMC, but what's the other dude from the Chiefs? He got drafted out of LSU.
Oh, out of LSU, yeah.
You know who I'm talking about. He didn't do shit. It's gonna be people who do shit, don't do shit. That's what I'm saying. Just don't sign yourself up into a career long contract. I think that's where they fucking up. You notice how long that they gonna try to play you out for. Like, bro, be like, nah, I'm good. Let's sign me up for 2 years.
But see,
it's also system though. How many great running backs came from Pat Mahomes? How many great running backs came from that?
But but at the same time, dude wasn't doing shit though. He had hella carries on the inside, just punch it in. But no, that's the whole thing with the NFL though, right? They saying like, hey, it's a passing league now. We don't want to pay these guys because, hey, we gonna be passing way more than we gonna be running. But then you gonna have that team like Atlanta, who's just gonna be like, nah, we gonna flip the script and we gonna start running the ball. So when they do those type of analysis of it, it's like, come on. But when the game changes and you got a wildcat shit come out, or you got something else that's gonna manipulate the game for a while, now the values switch and they change. We never seen receivers get paid like they did. What was that, last year?
Right.
Bootsy ass receivers getting fat ass contracts. Dopest running back can't even sniff a deal.
I mean, just effed up the market. I knew, and no shade on this player here, but when Christian Kirk got that bag in Jacksonville, I said, "Oh shit!"
I drafted him. I said he might be trash, but he getting the ball.
I said that's only gonna just make it that much harder, to get a Devontae or to get a top tier receiver where they throwing the bag on him. I'm like, God damn.
But I mean, you also got to look at backs who's receiving backs and who would do it all 3 downs and also can catch. They put Debo Samuels back there for a little bit with the Niners. He made sure that he stepped away from that, got all kind of different shit in his contract to where he ain't gonna be back there doing that.
Yeah, because they was trying to pay him like a running back, and he was like, "I'm not a running back. Y'all gonna pay me like a receiver. I only did that just for the scheme, but don't do that. I'm not playing that."
Right, and so that's what I'd be if I'm a CMC or I'm somebody else who I'm getting hella. If I'm getting hella receptions, I want to be like, you better be paying me off these receptions too, because every screen, every little dump off, I need a bag just like I'm a receiver then.
Yeah, because if you're not gonna use me like a running back, like you said, pay me for this then, because now on the back end, I'm bringing that I'm making myself more of an asset because I can run through the tackles, but you choosing not to run me through the tackles. So if you want to play that game, I'm gonna play this game. So we either gonna meet halfway or it's gonna be a stalemate.
I'll be like, I'm not a running back, I'm a hybrid. That's all I say every time. I'm a hybrid player.
Yep.
So
Straight up.
Nick
I
Chubb, you
I
a
got a
running back.
question.
You run everything up the middle. You a power runner, all right, Nick Chubb. Then you get that running back money, even though he deserve a big bag. You know what I
He
mean? But if I'm
deserves a big
somebody
bag.
who doing everything, I'll be like, if I was Christian McCaffrey, I'd be like, motherfucker, I played quarterback last season. You better fucking cash me the fuck out. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. You had me play that
Speaking,
at the offense.
speaking of quarterback, I got a question for y'all. Do you think the modern mobile quarterbacks kill the running backs?
Yeah, definitely.
No. You think so?
Yeah, because now you could drop a big bag on a quarterback who's gonna get you damn near 25%, if not more, of your running stats. You feel me? You got a Jalen Hurts, you got a Josh Allen, bro. Like, why you think they so important in fantasy? Why we want them when we draft in our teams? You know what I mean? Because hey, I'm getting rushing yards, I'm getting passing yards, I'm getting all that shit.
I mean, I would say it's a luxury to have a back that can run, but I wouldn't say that it's killing the running back position as a whole. Because if anything, it's just only expanding that offense. So you have a Jalen Hurts or a Lamar Jackson that
Fields,
you said or who?
Justin Fields.
Oh yeah, right. So now you got a quarterback that can run. So it's really, in my opinion, depending on the game scheme, that's gonna open up the field more for the running back because now they like, all right, we now not only do we gotta just worry about boxing the bringing in and 8 in the box for this running back. If they get us on some trickery shit, that quarterback could take off. So now just keeping the defense honest. So I personally don't think a mobile quarterback is killing the running back position. I think it's more beneficial.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't like the top 3 quarterbacks we drafted this year are mobile quarterbacks?
Yeah,
Yes.
you
Yep.
have Josh Allen, you
Richardson.
have Jalen Hurts.
CJ,
Wait, you talking about
Oh
the
no,
rookie
you not talking
quarterbacks?
about
Or you talking about
NFL.
fantasy?
rookie
So you got
quarterbacks.
Oh yeah.
Chase Young.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you had Bryce, you had CJ, and then you had Richardson who went to Indianapolis.
yeah, so that proved more than my point. They want mobile quarterbacks. Back in the day, you getting Michael Vick, maybe. You weren't getting Michael Vick throughout. You getting Tim Couch, somebody else, and you was
Tim
getting like,
Tebow.
yeah. No, Tim
But
Tebow was down there a mobile quarterback.
but
He was like a half.
but
He's a
He's a
0.5 mobile
fullback who know how to
quarterback.
throw the
I
ball to
was about
catch.
to, I ain't gonna lie. Tim Tebow was down there. Tayshawn what's oh,
Hill.
yeah. Tim Tebow was Tayshawn Hill before he came to the league. Keeping a buck with you.
Hey, Tim Tebow was winning national championships, boy. I don't want to hear it.
Hey, he's a winner, and he won a playoff game against them Steelers.
So you really can't hate too much on him because he did his little thing
No,
1 year. But
no,
I
no.
mean,
But what Marty point is that and that's my to go on top of that. Them mobile quarterbacks are becoming more of a necessity because, like I said, it's gonna help. Like, could you imagine the type of season and the type of running back Jonathan Taylor already is? Now he got a mobile quarterback back there with him. It's Jonathan is over
I
there
think, I
jumping
think, I
for
think, I
joy.
think, I think you're bringing up the perfect topic because he is going to be the test experiment this year of if you just go straight athleticism at a
Yeah.
quarterback, is it going to pan out, or did you just fuck yourself for another however many years?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it can. I mean, but shit, that's every year with the draft. Shit.
Right, we seen the Jamarcus Russells, the Ryan.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
nobody is ever guaranteed to be a fucking
No.
future Hall of Famer.
And
But
then
I
you
feel like this is the most risk somebody took of just taking somebody off all their attributes when not really that level of production in college. And now let's see how it plays out.
I mean, I hear you, but I could say as far as Richardson, I watched his combine and he was airing that shit out, dude. Like he had man got a arm. I personally I'm rooting for him. Uh I mean, you obviously we got to see him go out there and play, but I think if the coach plays into his abilities and his like you said his attributes, Indianapolis got a team to build. They got a quarterback to build around. Personally,
So do you think the NFL is just a few years or probably about 10 years behind college football where they just running straight, they just going straight back to option plays and shit like that, spread wide, You got 3-4 receivers out there. You got your running back and your quarterback, and then they just do them RPOs the whole time.
Yeah, because go ahead, Marty.
Speaking of option play, didn't they have a new rule this year in the NFL? You can't pass the ball forward to a running back now or something like that. I heard a rumor about that. Some new rule they got going on.
I don't think that's a rule. Can't pass the ball forward to a running back sounds ludicrous.
Yeah,
there's some rule like that where they're trying
to again on this podcast, Marty, because I had to fire you and get a replacement in here.
Do your research in and then fire me. Now I'll do a Shannon Sharp and go somewhere else.
Right. So coming out the backfield can't catch the ball downfield. Think about it, reanalyze your question, and come back with some notes for me because I want to make you write that sentence down 100 times before you come back on the podcast.
It's a new rule to kill the option, bro. They're trying to kill the option.
So it might be a backwards pass.
Yeah, it might be.
So,
but then when that ruin the toss plays, when they ruin all kind of
shit.
Anyways,
no, because this is my thing. If I'm understanding what Marty's saying is they can't do a forward pass behind them. Like if it's a pitch, like a flea flicker or whatnot, then that's fine. But they can't lateral pass back. If that's what Marty's saying, I didn't hear about it till Marty just brought that up just now. So
pass behind the line of scrimmage, if you drop it, is it called a what?
It's a fumble, and that's what I'm saying. I never heard this rule. That's why I'm just trying to understand what Marty's saying.
Ludicrous.
Yeah.
Chris, can you give me one of the lines from your favorite rapper that could be relevant to this conversation?
Move, bitch.
Get out the way. Get that opinion out the way. Now let's move on to our next topic. Chris, what else you have on the roster for us tonight?
I mean, shit, we could get into some fantasy football. You know, like I said, it's that time of the year. We could jump in that, you know, do a little talk on that. So I'm gonna ask y'all this, and I'm gonna ask you if you're number one pick. Okay, let's say we're in a 12-team league. Your number one pick, if your first pick is number one overall, if your first pick in the middle of the draft, or if you last in the draft, what's your first position you going with?
You got to let us know what kind of league it is. Is it a super?
It's flex? A PPR. It's a PPR.
Do we got two quarterbacks, or are we just running straight rosters?
We're doing straight rosters. We doing two. We'll say we'll do two flex.
Okay, so and you said 12.
So it's a 12-team player. You got one quarterback, two running backs, two receivers, tight end, and two flex.
I'm going running back first.
No, but I asked you your first. So that's anywhere in the draft. So if you're in the first pick, the middle of the draft, so let's say 6th, 7th pick, or if you're the 12th, 11th, or 12th pick, you're going running back regardless. With your first pick overall,
they're very hard to come by for all three downs.
Marty steals all my draft strategies. That's why I look at him as my pupil. You know, my little young rookie down there. He's starting to make something out of himself. He's been winning some championships.
Yeah. I become a champion.
Yeah, man, I'm happy.
Hey,
you always want to see your people succeed. You know what I mean?
Hey, I hear you. Even if they come and surpass you, still happy for them, huh?
You still got a few more years to surpass me, but he had one recent. But you know,
yeah.
I taught him and Eric my strategy for a 2-quarterback league. These motherfuckers ran with it. I was like, "Fuck! I should have never said a goddamn thing."
Hey, I got a strategy for our 2-quarterback league too. So we're gonna be all right.
Spill the beans, man. What is it?
Fuck you.
Oh,
I'm not gonna say it because I don't know where I'm drafted, so I don't want to spill the beans.
Chris ain't been in playoffs and they trying to mean something.
No, I won a championship in one of our leagues in 2017. All right, I got the ring to prove it.
I'm talking about the 2 QB league you're talking about, bro.
I'm ass gasket in that league. I ain't gonna. I'm pure dumpster, pure cheeks. I'm gonna get it together this year, though. I finally got it.
Because your upper deck on the toilet. You know what that means?
What?
I mean, your shit on top of the toilet. You ain't even making the bowl.
You know that tank on the top where you got to pull it sometimes when the lever don't work. You know, there's a little bit of water there. Called an upper decker.
Where you got to lift that lever up to fill up the bowl.
Yeah, we gotta take the top part off and you put it. Somebody go there and shit.
He said,
Your
God
top
damn it, the chain that came off again.
Who the hell left this in here?
God damn. He said, first I had to fix the chain on my bike. Now I got to fix the chain in the damn toilet bowl. Can't shit go right for me. Yeah, okay. So what you got? What you got? Every same question. First
I
pick.
mean, I always go running back, man.
Okay.
You always got to get the position that's gonna be the most scarce.
Yeah.
Throughout the league. So once I take my running back, I'm like, fuck it, I'm cool. You can pick whoever the fuck you want now because I already got my position solidified.
Right. It's like I don't know, maybe this year, maybe not this year, but previous years. It's like depending on where you are, you either getting a running back or you getting Kelsey. Because after that, tight end's gonna be shit.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
Kelsey came through for you. That spot, tight end spot, you ain't gotta worry about that.
That's true. You got Kelsey, Kittles. Those gonna be the first two tight ends gone.
Kelsey, way different than Kittles, bro. Kelsey,
but I'm just,
it was Gronk and Kelsey. Those was the two you had.
It was, but Gronk's not in the league no more. So that's why I'm going with now Kelsey's top tight end in my opinion. And then you got Kittles.
Yeah, in your opinion. Shout out to everybody listening to the podcast from day one. Back in the day when Chris said
he go with this shit. He ain't never gonna let this fucking thing
third
go.
or fourth round in fantasy football. Yeah, he third or fourth rounder. And that motherfucker went the first round in everybody's league. Remember that, Chris?
That motherfucker was top 10.
I mean, I think
top 6.
On our last episode, we had some of the people who really hate the Avery draft strategy. So I've been exiled or blackballed from fantasy leagues for being too damn good at this shit. So if you want to know the tips and tricks, man, let me know and I can hook you up. But like I said, Marty's a pupil. He's out winning championships now, man. He's doing his thing. I'm proud of the boy, but he going with my strategy off top. Get that running back, man. Because even if you go one main running back, then you go receiver, tight end, however you want to play it out. You feel me? At least you got somebody that's solid in that running back position. And then maybe you just go, if you're in a PPR league, you go snatch you up another running back in the later rounds who's just going to catch all the balls. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So even though he might not get to touch the ball that much, he might get 5 passes. That's 5 points. You feel me? That's cool. He breaks one of them. You eating. Yeah. But what about you, Chris? What's your number one thing? You always go quarterback, right?
I normally go quarterback. But if I'm number one, I'm going running back. If I'm number one overall pick, I'm picking running back. But if I'm later in the I normally go quarterback I might go receiver.
All right, so let me break down real quick. This is an Avery helpful hint for all the fans out there, man. If you in a small league, 12 teams, it's not super flex. You ain't got to worry about that extra quarterback, bro. Do not pick a quarterback, man. That quarterback is not going to change the motion of the ocean that much. You know what I'm saying? You want somebody who got that long ball. You know what I'm saying? It might be that receiver. You might want to go running back, receiver, tight end, and then hit back.
That's what I did last year.
How'd it play out?
It did play like shit because the people that I picked got hurt. So I mean, you ain't nothing you can do about that.
So once Chris posts his roster, don't make sure you don't draft anybody off his team because this motherfucker he broke both his knees and now his team's been permanently cursed being an injured team.
Chris scheme is he gonna draft 2 great quarterbacks. He gonna trade one of them for a third string receiver. Every year he does that.
I didn't make no trades last year. Thank you very much. I kept my lineup and I did whatever I could through free agency. I didn't make no trades last year because the one time I normally get screwed in these trades, the one time I traded Avery, and that was for No. It was the trade that I benefited from it. They were like, why you trade against you and this and that, But it ended up backfiring on you. The player that I traded you ended up not doing well, and I ended up benefiting from it more. And I think it ended up getting me to the playoffs. And that's my point. My point is,
right, I do make fair trades, and everybody has a bullshit line of propaganda that's going against right? Because I
Yeah,
do make
yeah.
fair trades. If it's one thing you
Hey,
guys
and
could have made, the trades are fair. Just when they work out of my direction, everybody hates them.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's
yeah,
what
yeah,
that's
because
what it is.
every fell in love with the running back too much. This year he traded me. He wanted my 2 running backs for Jalen Hurts and CeeDee Lamb. He didn't want the running back so bad, and they ended up even with last fucking place. And I
Right.
wanted it because of Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, he
Right.
was.
Which I
Yeah,
had Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts. Nobody believed in Jalen. You know what I'm saying? Marty went down with a few injuries. Used to trade bait. You know, that's why you keep the bait on your team. So when you cast it out there, you see who's nibbling. But it just happened to be that year Jalen took it to the next level. I was on Jalen the year before last year. So he won me like about 3 championships because it was that make or break year that the ESPN and everybody was talking about. I'm like, fuck no, he finna go off.
he
End
and
up
he
going
did.
off, and then that's why this year I drafted Josh Allen and Jalen because I knew I was gonna be able to get big money players back for one of those 2 guys, and it just ended up biting me in the ass this year.
My thing is, if Jalen didn't get hurt, I honestly believe he would have been MVP. That's the type of season he had last year, in my opinion. He was killing.
Hey, before we get up out of here, drop your one sleeper for the fantasy football this year. Me, I say Justin Fields.
Oh, the fuck is that a sleeper?
I'm talking about passing yards, bro. Passing yards. He gonna have more passing yards than running yards.
Hold on. So you saying right now Justin Fields is gonna throw for more yards than he's gonna rush?
Yeah. Yeah, Justin Fields gonna have. I'm predicting it now. Justin Fields gonna have 3,000 passing yards and 1,000 rushing yards.
Uh, I'll take that bet. You pay the league fees next year.
I said that's my sleeper opinion. I said that.
Hey, boy, that man's always thinking business, ain't he?
Hey, if he's right, then I pay his fees. He's doing good.
Hey, that man is always thinking business. You say sleeper? I'm gonna go out on a whim. You know, I normally be saying some outlandish shit. I think he used to play for the Vikings. Goddamn, he just went to Carolina. Adam. I think Adam is gonna have a good year with Bryce.
Adam Thielen.
Yep.
So he's might to draft. What? Okay, just like this. What round should they draft Adam Thielen? Adam in the sleeper.
Adam Thielen.
I mean, I'm not wasting the first 3 picks on him. First 3 or 4 picks on him. Round rounds on him.
Sound crazy as hell. So
You?
hell, fucking no! I'm about to get his ass a free agency.
That's what I said. I said I'm not wasting my first 3 or 4 picks
All
on him.
right, so it's the last round of the draft. You should say, like, I'm picking him up as a dead ass sleeper.
Well, I mean, it depends on how the draft goes. If you got somebody out there that's better than him, obviously you're gonna waste a pick. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, late in the draft free agency, yeah, you can see him unless you just need him for a roster spot and just sit on him for that sleeper. But I think Adam is gonna have a good year with Bryce. He's a veteran receiver with a rookie quarterback, and I feel they're gonna try in the offseason to build this chemistry and to get the shit going.
All right, who you got?
Jared McKinnon finishes top 12 running backs in points this season.
Who he play for?
PPR. He played for the Kansas City Chiefs.
That's the Chiefs. That's the one who used to play for the
Minnesota Vikings.
For the Vikings,
yeah.
For the Niners,
He's
yeah.
a journeyman.
Yeah.
But the way they utilize him in a passing game, I feel like he's gonna end up being top like 12, top 13.
Yeah, you're right. I got not sleeper, but I ain't gonna say it. We're gonna wrap it up. I just thought of one right now.
Where y'all think Dalvin Cook gonna go? Then we out.
Motherfucker, go ahead.
Yeah.
1,000 yards from Boy Madison from the Vikings.
Ooh, you think
Marty over here still about trade bait, bro? Why didn't you trade him to me? You didn't even know what was going on.
I knew Dalvin go down every year, or probably every year. When I drafted him, I said I know I got one I know I got one.
All right, man. Well, let's listen to the difference. If you think the Vikings are going to stay with Madison the whole season, or do you think they're going to sign a different free agent? That's the question of the night. Let's go ahead and drop a comment or a like if you believe in anybody. Let's hear about who you like the most. Let's see who that sleeper is that you believe in the most.
Yeah, tap into our social. Let us know.
All right, man. Well, shit, Marty, I love you. Chris, I love you, man.
Love you, bros.
I'm excited for this new fantasy football season. At the end of the year,
sir.
we'll let you know who has the most titles for the most leagues they played in. Loser has to drink a bowl of. Go ahead, Chris.
A bowl. A bowl of goddamn orange juice. You son of a bitch.
How about you guys got to drink a bowl of regular milk with cereal in it?
I did that. I did that yesterday with a milkshake. Mind you, me and the toilet was best friends for like 5 months.
I'm gonna have to start getting at your lactose tolerance, man.
Yeah, fuck that shit up.
This is it.
Hey.
I'm lacking the tolerance.
Hey, stay tuned for the next episode, people. We got something brand new in there. Did before. We're going to show you. God damn it, the wife is too loud. We're going to show you how to draft in a dynasty league next episode. So if you know dynasty people out there, we're going to show you, break it down who to draft in the dynasty league.
That's
hey,
it.
Man, it was my first year, my first dynasty last year. Took the whole thing, the whole championship. So you feel me? It's easy when you peasy.
This my first year dynasty, so I'm skeptical on how this shit gonna pan out for your boy.
Hey man, it's building a roster. You got to be a real GM, man.
Yeah, I get it. Well, shit. On that note, man. Until the next time, fellas.
All right.
Listen to the difference, baby. Adios.
Shut up.
Now listen to the difference. Now listen to the difference. Now listen to the difference. Hey, I've been working all night so you can listen to the difference. Yeah.